Before chocolate became candy, cacao was sacred. Long before sugar, before commercial branding, before brightly colored wrappers and supermarket shelves, ancient civilizations treated cacao with reverence. But we must distinguish. Cacao is the raw, unrefined plant in its natural state. Cocoa is what happens after the heat, the processed commercial result. The Maya, the Aztecs, Mesoamerican cultures that understood this plant as something far greater than dessert. To them, cacao carried spiritual meaning, ceremonial meaning, symbolic meaning. And honestly, that changes the way you look at modern chocolate completely. Because today, most people experience chocolate as quick pleasure, a snack, a craving, a dopamine hit between distractions. But ancient cultures approached cacao differently, slowly, ritually, intentionally. In many ceremonies, cacao wasn't consumed casually. It appeared during sacred gatherings, ritual exchanges, celebrations, and moments connected to community and spirituality. These cultures often infused the drink with native spices, chili, and botanical blends, creating a powerful, multi-layered experience. Some cultures even use cacao beans as currency. Think about that for a moment. A plant valued so deeply, it became tied not only to ceremony, but to economics itself. That tells us something important. Ancient civilizations often viewed plants through symbolic and relational lenses. Modern society mostly views them commercially, and somewhere between those two perspectives, something meaningful was lost. Traditional ceremonial cacao was very different from modern chocolate. It wasn't loaded with sugar, it wasn't processed into candy bars. It was darker, bitter, earthy, closer to medicine than indulgence. And perhaps that bitterness mattered symbolically too, because ancient traditions often embraced experiences that were grounding rather than overstimulating. Modern culture tends to chase intensity constantly. Sweeter, faster, louder, more addictive. Ancient rituals often did the opposite. They slowed people down, brought awareness inward, created presence. And cacao became part of that process. Now, modern cacao ceremonies have become increasingly popular around the world. Some are deeply respectful and intentional. Others become commercialized aesthetics disconnected from their origins. And that tension matters because sacred traditions deserve understanding, not just imitation, but beyond modern trends. The deeper symbolism surrounding cacao remains fascinating. In recent years, this revival has taken a deeper turn. Many are now choosing to infuse cacao with psychedelics, recognizing a powerful synergy between the plant's heart-opening properties and other natural medicines. Why would civilizations connect a plant with the heart, community, and emotional openness? Perhaps because ritual itself changes emotional experience. Ancient people understood that humans are emotional beings first, not merely rational ones. Music changes emotion, environment changes emotion. Symbolism changes emotion, shared rituals change emotion. Modern neuroscience increasingly confirms many of these ideas now, but ancient cultures observed them through lived experience centuries ago. Cacao ceremonies often involved gathering together intentionally, drinking slowly, speaking honestly, listening deeply, and honestly, modern life rarely creates spaces for that anymore. Most people are surrounded by communication, but starving for connection. There's a difference. Social media creates exposure, not necessarily intimacy. Ancient rituals often prioritized emotional presence, community bonding, shared stillness. And perhaps that's why ceremonial traditions continue attracting modern people today, because deep down, people are searching for emotional grounding again. For spaces that feel human, warm, intentional, present. Cacao became symbolic of those experiences, not because the plant itself magically transformed people, but because rituals create psychological conditions where openness becomes possible. Think about how different modern consumption habits are from ancient ceremonies. Today, people often eat distracted, rushed, while scrolling, while working, while mentally elsewhere. Ancient rituals slowed consumption down completely. Attention itself became part of the experience, and attention changes perception. That's something modern society often forgets. The way something is experienced matters as much as the thing itself. A meal eaten mindfully feels different from one eaten unconsciously. A conversation without distractions feels different from one interrupted constantly. Ancient ceremonies built intentional focus directly into the experience. Cacao became one doorway into that slower state of being, and perhaps that's why it still feels emotionally symbolic today. Even now, people instinctively associate chocolate with comfort, warmth, emotion, celebration, connection. Those emotional associations didn't appear randomly. Human beings have always linked certain sensory experiences to emotional meaning. Ancient cultures simply ritualized those relationships more consciously. Now, of course, Modern society transformed cacao dramatically. Industrialization changed almost everything. Mass production, sugar processing, commercial advertising, global markets, and, eventually, the original ceremonial context became largely forgotten by mainstream culture, but traces of it survived, quietly, hidden beneath modern consumption. And perhaps that hidden history explains why people feel drawn towards ceremonial traditions again now. Because modern life often feels emotionally fragmented. People consume constantly, yet rarely feel nourished psychologically. Ancient rituals often approach nourishment holistically. Mind, body, emotion, spirit, community, everything interconnected. That worldview feels foreign to modern systems focused almost entirely on productivity and efficiency. But maybe that ancient perspective understood something modern life struggles with. Human beings need more than stimulation. They need meaning, connection, presence, belonging. And ceremonial traditions attempted to create those experiences intentionally. Cacao became one symbol within that larger human story, a reminder that something as simple as sharing a drink together, slowly, with attention, with presence, can become sacred. Not because of the object itself, but because of the state of mind surrounding it. And maybe that's the deeper lesson hidden inside ancient ceremonial cacao, that human beings don't only hunger physically, they hunger emotionally too. For warmth, for community, for ritual, for stillness, for moments that feel real in a world becoming increasingly artificial. And perhaps that's why ancient traditions still whisper to modern people across thousands of years. Because deep down, human beings are still searching for the same thing they always were: connection. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Follow us on socials at Ray and Mary and visit our website at rayandmary.co.uk for more herbal wisdom.